to the family, and all of the members of the clergy, to the elected officials, and to all that have gathered here, I'm reminded that when we leave here today, we will put the remains of Rosa Parks to rest. And family, you've arranged for some type of tombstone to be there. I'm reminded in the Bible the story of how when God had delivered the children of Israel, and he brought them across the Jordan. Before the waters were closed, he told Joshua, I want you to get 12 men, one from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. And I want each one of them to get a stone. Now, why not get one man to get one stone? Because if we just chose one, we'd have said that one represented the best in God's sight. So get one of everything. Get one Baptist, one Methodist, one Kojic, one Nation of Islam, one Democrat, one Republican. Get one of everybody. So that when we put up these stones, they will not represent division, but will represent a concise and a way that God had put us together. As they put the stones together, someone said, why are we doing this? We know God delivered us. He said, no, one day your children will ask, what do these stones mean? And that's when you can tell them when all else failed, when nobody was on our side, when nobody seemed to care, that God himself stepped into the affairs of men and divided the Jordan and made dry land and brought us to the promised land. One day we will bring our children to look at the stone that you place on Rosa Parks. But them watching that stone without knowing the story won't mean nothing. A lot of folk up here today and that was in Washington and Montgomery talking, but never did none of the walk of the talk that they're dealing with. It's easy to remember activists after they're gone. It's worse to be called on to be active and walk and work with them while they're still here. I remember Sunday night, Willis Edwards, who's worked so hard on this, brought us in a room, and we sat there as the family said to Reverend Jesse Jackson they wanted him to interpret her life here today. And they said, Reverend Jackson, we want you to remind people that she was a freedom fighter. Some folks showed up thinking that Rosa Parks was just a celebrity, or this is a good way to get a vote that you may run for next year, year after. But Rosa Parks is not in history because she made some movie or sung some song. Rosa Parks is in history because she made this nation deal with changing the laws and policies of this nation unlike anybody else. I remember when growing up, Reverend Jackson used to come here and visit her, got even a medical van. People that were not in line then to speak. He took me one day to see her, and Miss Skeet was there. There was no line outside to get to see her then. People love to celebrate you when you can't assign them to nothing. When they can't ask you to do nothing, everybody can show up. But the fact of the matter is, Rosa Parks was not only the mother of the modern civil rights movement, she was the mother of this nation. Why would you say that, Sharpton? Because you called George Washington the father of the nation, but when he became father, we wasn't included in the nation. Women were not included in the nation. The first time we had a parent in this nation is when all of us was included, and Rosa Parks did that on December 1st, 1955. I heard somebody say Jim Crow is who she fought, and Jim Crow is still around. But Jim Crow is old. That's not who I'm mindful of today. The problem is Jim Crow has sons. The one we got to battle is James Crow Jr. Esquire. He's a little more educated. He's a little slicker. He's a little more polished. But the results are the same. He doesn't put you in the back of the bus. He just puts referendums on the ballot to end affirmative action when you can't go to school. He doesn't call you a racial name. He just marginalizes your existence. He doesn't tell you that he's set against you. He sets up institutional racism, where you have a nation respond looking for weapons in Iraq that are not there, but can't see a hurricane in Louisiana that is there.